I'm Scottish, yes. Well, I'm Australian as well, but and now I've been living in America for 20 years, so maybe I'm a bit American as well. But I think it's you. People identify me with being Australian, obviously because of the song and the band Men at Work were from Australia, and the song as well. There was always music in the house. I still have. I have an older brother and a younger sister. There's three of us, and my mother and father and my grandparents, and it was a very kind of small, close knit family, as they say. My mother and father moved from Glasgow down to the coast, which is about 30 miles away, and they had a music shop. My father's a piano tuner. Was a piano tuner, and then they had a music store from about 1959 until 67, until we went to Australia. So there was pianos and guitars. There was quite a few guitars. When the Beatles first came around, they had one Rickenbacker that was sat in the window. Only one. It was £159. Of course, I couldn't touch that one because it was too expensive. But so to answer your question, yeah, there was always music around. So the hit parade and the obvious things like the Beatles and the Kinks and the Rolling Stones and the Who, and they were all vying for number one, But I sang in the choir, and I started playing guitar when I was about 13, I suppose, something like that. But yeah, I lived for the first 14 years of my life in Scotland. Then we did what a lot of people did, some kind of tradition of emigrating to different parts of the world, and in my case it was Australia. I mean, there were lots before me that did that. All the boys from AC/DC and the Bee Gees all emigrated, and countless other bands you could mention. What came from that part of the world down to Australia, and then kind of launched themselves from there. The rest of the band were Australian, and. But yeah, I feel like I'm definitely from two places. It kind of blows your mind when you're 14 years old and you go to the other side of the world. Everything is different. Everything in Australia was massive. Like the distances were huge and the waves were huge, and it was a very, very amazing experience. I suppose at the time it's slightly traumatic because you're doing that. You're leaving your friends and you're going somewhere else, but it's kind of overshadowed by the fact that you're going to something new. So you meet new friends, and all of a sudden you're in a new world. And when you're that age, you're very adaptable. So you just you carry on. Plus, I was just starting to get involved with playing music, and a lot of my friends were surfers. A lot of my friends went down the surf, and I would go down with them now and again. But once I kind of discovered playing the guitar and playing in bands, that was kind of it for me, So it was around that time when I first started playing with different musicians, and so that became my new world.